Bro, again, look, we doing something a little different with these scary videos. Your boy was gone for a little bit because he was sick. Your boy had the flu, COVID. I don't know what I had, but your boy was sick. All right. Now look, these videos I never really watched because it always disgust me. So bear with me on this one. But like I said, we watched it here and hope y'all doing well. And we about to get straight into this video, y'all. And my Wi-Fi tripping, so don't trip on me. Start off crazy already. The hell? Beauty is made and is not born. That's like what the opposite of the stuff we be seeing.
I've always hated the way I looked. My crooked nose, uneven skin, weak jawline. Nothing ever seemed right. No amount of working out or dieting could fix my flaws.
That's how a lot of people be feeling.
It wasn't just me either. The world agreed. Beauty is born, not made, they said, and I began to believe it. I started to resent my body, my face, everything about me that didn't match what was perfect. Then came Bieber, the doll. It was everywhere, plastered on billboards, filling up social media feeds. The perfect figure, smooth skin, the proportions of a goddess. People didn't just admire Bieber, they worshipped it. Even celebrities, already attractive, began going under the knife to look more like it. It became the beauty standard. And me? I wanted it too. I wanted to be admired, desired, perfect. That night, I was just a volunteer at one of those exclusive high society parties, serving drinks to the rich and beautiful, the people who were already living the perfect life I longed for. Dr. Valois was the guest of honor. Everyone knew who he was, the man behind the Bieber doll and the revolutionary surgeries that promised no pain, only perfection. His speech that evening was mesmerizing. He talked about creating a flawless world, a world where beauty reigned.
How you make something to help people with plastic surgery if you the ugliest person, bro? Look at that dude's teeth.
Where everyone could look as perfect as Bieber. Beauty is made, not born. His words sank deep into my bones. I could be perfect too. I could be a part of that world. Then came the raffle. I never gamble. Luck had never been kind to me. But something pushed me to join this time. My heart raced as I dropped my number into the box. I wasn't expecting to win. It was just a small, desperate hope, a dream. And then against all odds, my number was called. I didn't win the grand prize, but third prize was more than enough. I could choose one feature to fix, one part of me to be perfected.
Fix your face.
Dr. Valois smiled at me.
So tell me, what do you want to change?
Without hesitation, I said, my nose.
Man, your whole face!
It was the most obvious flaw, the center of my face. I thought if I fixed that, maybe everything else would look better too. The hospital was like a different world. Everyone there looked like they had stepped out of a dream. Smooth, flawless faces, perfectly proportioned bodies like real-life versions of the Bieber doll. The surgery was quick, painless, just like they promised. When I removed the bandages and saw my new reflection, I couldn't believe it. My nose was perfect.
Let me see it.
I looked handsome. I had never felt that before.
It's alright. I ain't gonna say it's the best.
The compliments came fast. People noticed me. They wanted to talk to me. Photographers, casting agents.
He do look better, I ain't gonna lie.
They all said I looked...
But sometimes, to look better, all you gotta do is smile, bro. Not even no smile with your teeth. Just give a little grin, and you'll look better than a person that's
like
frowning.
A movie star. They started calling me Human Doll Kang. And for once, I wasn't ashamed of my face.
Hey, he do look better,
I was one
though.
of them, the beautiful people. But it didn't last. The more attention I got, the more I craved. It wasn't enough to just have a nice nose. If I wanted to stay in this world, I had to keep going. I had to
That's-
become
that's
even more
addiction.
perfect.
That look ugly,
I drained
bro.
my savings into more procedures. Muscle implants, jaw sculpting, leg lengthening.
Ew.
Why bother working out when a quick injection could give you a body like a Greek god? Every surgery brought me closer to that doll-like perfection. But every surgery also made me want more. My skin wasn't smooth enough. My face wasn't flawless enough. I needed my skin to be tight, shiny,
at this
like
point,
the
it's not the
porcelain
other dude's
dolls I
fault.
saw everywhere. So I went back to Dr. Valois. I begged him to do more. At
Bro,
first, he refused.
He looked better with just
You
the
were
nose.
pushing too far. That perfection had its limits.
But I wouldn't listen. I demanded Botox more than ever before. I wanted my skin to be absolutely perfect. And eventually, he gave in. That was my mistake. The moment I woke up from the last surgery, I knew something was wrong. My face felt tight, like it was being stretched over a frame too small for it. The skin was too smooth, too unnatural. I ran to the mirror and nearly vomited at what I saw. My face was swollen beyond recognition.
Hey, that's
The symmetry that once made me handsome had turned monstrous. My features were bloated, distorted. The skin around my eyes was so tight, I could barely blink. My
That's
cheeks
nasty,
were lumpy,
bro.
my lips grotesquely swollen. I wasn't a doll. I was a freak.
that's
I
how people
panicked.
with plastic surgery be looking though,
I
bro. It
begged
do not
Dr.
be looking
Valois to
good.
fix it, but he refused. He said there was nothing more he could do, that my body had reached its limit. But I didn't care. I snuck into the clinic one night, stole syringes, Botox, anything I could get my hands on. I injected my face over and
God
over,
damn!
desperate to smooth out the bumps, to stretch my
God
skin
damn!
to something beautiful again. And then,
Well,
it
YouTube
ripped.
might take this down.
I kept injecting, kept trying to force my face into something it could never be. The skin on my cheeks split open, blood pouring down in thick streams. My lips burst, swollen flesh tearing apart like overfilled balloons. My eyes, God, my eyes.
You might as well get
Pressure
the
made
rope
them
at this
bulge
point.
so much I thought they'd pop out of my skull. I collapsed on the floor, blinded by blood and pain, gasping for breath. That's when I felt a hand on my shoulder. Dr. Valois.
You've ruined it.
He whispered, his voice cold, detached.
You were so close, but now look at you.
I tried to speak, but my lips wouldn't move. Blood filled my mouth, choking me.
The world I'm creating is for the perfect. There's no room for the ugly.
And then, with one swift motion, he plunged the syringe into my neck, sending me collapsing to the floor. The last thing I saw before my vision faded was his smile. Perfect. Flawless. Inhuman.
Hey, I know a lot of people not gonna be on my side, but bro, you can't lie. To me, it's his fault. It's not even the dude. It's not even the surgery person fault, bro. It's his fault, bro. Why is you in there poking your face? Then you look like a freaking box fit, like, bro.
I had chased perfection.
And all you
in
got
the
was
end-
ugly.
It destroyed me.
It didn't destroy you. It made you ugly. God damn. That's nasty.
People whispered about it, saying the freshest omakase was a dining experience unlike any other. Of course, a food lover like me couldn't resist the temptation, so I made a reservation for tonight, eager to see what all the fuss was about. As soon as I stepped inside, the scent of fresh fish, soy sauce, and something unidentifiable, a rich, almost metallic scent, hit me. I couldn't place it, but it made me unease. I took my seat,
They about to
noticing
feed,
that
bro,
I was the
human
only
meat.
customer. Odd, given the restaurant's reputation, but perhaps I had come at an off time. The silence of the place pressed down on me.
いらっしゃいませ.
Suddenly, a tall, thin man standing behind the counter, his face partially obscured by the shadows. His eyes made me feel like prey being assessed by a predator.
Welcome to the freshest omakase. I'm Chef Kaito. You must be Mr. Williams?
Oh yeah, I would have left
His
right
voice
there.
was calm, but there was something strange.
How you know my name?
That's me. I've heard a lot about this place.
Then you know that tonight's meal is a journey. Each dish tells a story. I hope you're ready for something unforgettable.
I nodded,
He
my
tripping
heart
out or
beating a
left,
little
bro?
faster. The first course was served, a delicate slice of sashimi, almost translucent, drizzled with a bright green sauce. The taste was incredible. A burst of the ocean tempered by the sharp tang of the sauce. I relaxed slightly, letting the flavor distract me from the unease that had settled in my gut. The second course followed quickly, a beautifully plated
I'm
dish
still
of
trying to figure
seared
out how
meat,
he knew his name.
the type I couldn't immediately recognize.
If he never been there before.
The texture was soft, almost buttery, and it melted on my tongue.
It do look good.
I
I
looked
can't
up
lie.
at Chef Kaito, who was watching me intently, his eyes gleaming in the dim light. This is delicious,
That dude
What
fed
is
you
it?
his balls.
I asked. He smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes.
A rare delicacy. It's part of the experience that our guests trust us completely.
Well, he
Something
fed
about
you
the
some
way he
balls,
said
bro. That's
completely
crazy.
made my mouth go dry. I chewed harder to try to remember what it tasted like. The strange metallic scent in the air was stronger now, almost overpowering the aroma of the food. As the courses continued, each dish more exquisite and complex than the last, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong.
So leave.
The flavors were unlike anything I'd ever tasted, rich and deep, with a lingering aftertaste that was both intoxicating and disturbing. I tried to ask about the ingredients again, but each time Chef Kaito would simply smile and offer vague, evasive answers. By the time the sixth course was placed in front of me, my nerves were frayed. The dish was a small, intricately arranged platter of thinly sliced meat in the shape of rose, garnished with a blood-red sauce. The smell of iron filled my nostrils, almost overwhelming. My hand trembled slightly as I picked up a piece with my chopsticks, bringing it to my lips. The taste was familiar, too familiar. My heart pounded as I chewed slowly, my mind racing to identify the flavor. And then it hit me. A
He must
memory,
have tasted
a
balls.
smell, something from years ago when I had cut my finger deeply on a piece of glass. It was the taste of blood. I dropped the chopsticks, my stomach turning. What is this? I asked, my voice shaking. Chef Kaito's smile widened, showing too many teeth.
The pinnacle of culinary art is not just to create something delicious, but to create a connection between chef and diner.
So it's his
This
own
dish,
body.
This experience is the ultimate connection.
I stared at him, the realization dawning with a sickening horror. This isn't animal meat, is it? He didn't answer.
That's
He
his
didn't
meat.
have to. The truth
That's
was
his
there in
meat.
his eyes, in the cruel twist of his smile. I pushed back from the counter, then my chair screeching loudly on the floor. My hands shook violently, my breath coming in shallow gasps. I have to go, I stammered, my voice barely above a whisper. But as I turned to leave, the door to the restaurant clicked shut. I hadn't noticed it before, but now it was unmistakable. The door had locked automatically. Chef Kaito stepped out from behind the counter, moving slowly toward me.
Leaving so soon, Mr. Williams? But the best is yet to come.
I backed away, but he kept advancing, his steps slow and deliberate. My
I'd have
mind
shot him.
raced, desperately trying to think of a way out. The room seemed to close in on me, the shadows stretching and twisting as if alive. Please, I don't want any more, I begged, my voice trembling. His voice was cold now, the pretense of hospitality gone. Then he pulled out a long, thin blade, its edge glinting wickedly in the dim light.
But Mr. Williams, you haven't even tried the final course.
I froze, my heart hammering in my chest.
The final course is gonna be himself.
The blade was stained, the dark smudges unmistakable.
This dish requires the freshest ingredients. It's the only way to truly savor the experience.
I bolted toward the door, but he was faster. His hand clamped down on my shoulder with a grip like iron, spinning me around. The last thing I saw was the gleam of the blade descending toward me. As darkness closed in, I heard his voice one last time.
Thank you for dining with us, Mr. Williams. We hope you enjoyed the experience.
That man crazy. Damn.
Sarah stepped into the room, her dark hair cascading over her shoulders. Her eyes were lined with deep black makeup, and her lips glistened a deep crimson. Tonight, she wasn't just Sarah, she was a vampire. The costume was simple, yet breathtaking. Wow, you look amazing, I said, smiling. I set the knife down as I finished cutting the steaks for dinner, but I accidentally nicked my finger.
Again?
A small line of blood oozed from the cut. Before I could react, Sarah was suddenly right next to me, her hand softly holding my wrist.
Let me see.
She gonna drink.
She leaned in, her lips hovering just over the cut. I felt a little strange. Slowly, she brushed her lips against my skin, and then, gently, she licked the blood away. Sarah pulled back, her eyes narrowing. She stared at me for a moment before shaking her head.
Oh, negative?
She muttered under her breath.
You're not my type.
What did you
Damn.
say? Sarah smiled, wiping her mouth.
Don't worry about it. Let's eat.
Her tone was light, but something about the way she said it sent a shiver through me. I let it go, unsure if it was just part of the Halloween act. Later that evening, we headed to my friend
Halloween
Mark's
act, she
Halloween
literally
party.
drunk your blood.
The house was buzzing with energy. People in elaborate costumes, loud music, the smell of alcohol thick in the air. I couldn't help but feel a bit uneasy. Maybe it was the way Sarah had been acting, or maybe it was how she immediately gravitated toward the men in the room. She wasn't shy, but tonight, it felt different. She chatted easily with a group of guys, one after another.
One after another. God damn, bro. Why is you at the club with her doing that? One after the
I
other?
watched Sarah as she leaned in close to them, her fingers brushing lightly against their arm, her
What the
lips
hell?
close to their neck as if whispering something. Jealousy gnawed at my insides. She never acted
Just
like
let her
this
go,
around
bro.
other men.
Just let her go.
I didn't want to be the possessive boyfriend.
You her boyfriend? I thought you was a friend. Nah, you. This not even a scary clip anymore, bro. This is cuckoo, bro. You her boyfriend, and she look what she doing, bro. Brother. You need to step out or shoot everybody in the place. Literally, there's no other way. You gotta pick your path and stick with it. And my path will be shoot up the whole place. I ain't
Or
lying.
acted like this around other men.
Nah, bro.
I didn't want to be the possessive boyfriend
Boyfriend
and
is
ruin the
crazy.
night with my insecurities.
Insecure?
But my eyes kept drifting back to
Your
Sarah
spot
and the
is
boys.
not insecure. bro.
Eventually, I slumped into a chair beside her and the man with blonde hair. She barely acknowledged me, her attention completely fixed on the blonde. His laugh grated on my nerves,
I'd have punched
and I
the
could feel the
fool.
alcohol muddling my thoughts, dulling my senses. I took another drink, then another, and before I knew it, the world around me blurred.
She talking to other dudes, I'm gonna go talk to other females for real.
When I woke up, the room was spinning. My head pounded, my mouth dry. I blinked groggily, trying to remember where I was. The party had died down. Most people were gone, the lights dimmed, but something was wrong. Broken glass crunched under my feet as I stood up. A bottle of wine lay shattered on the floor. I stepped closer, but my stomach churned. It wasn't wine. The dark red was thicker, more vivid. Blood. Panic surged through me, and I rushed to the bathroom to steady myself. I nearly vomited when I saw him. The blonde guy crumpled in the corner, his neck twisted at an unnatural angle.
Hey,
Two
at least she
deep
didn't do that to
puncture
you.
wounds marred his throat. Blood smeared down his chest. I stumbled back, heart pounding wildly. Sarah. I had to find her. We had to get out of here. I searched the house, weaving through the aftermath of the party, but she was nowhere. My thoughts were racing. What had happened? Who did this?
Sarah did it.
Finally, I spotted her. Through the sliding glass door, I saw Sarah walking arm in arm with someone toward the garden, the moonlight casting their shadows long across the lawn. I stepped outside, following them, my feet moving on instinct. I hid behind the garden wall, my heart racing in my chest. Slowly, I peeked around the corner and froze. Sarah was with a handsome man, but something was wrong. His body was limp, his head lolled to one side. Sarah held him close.
I thought
her
he
lips
was a
pressed
vampire
against his
too.
neck. And then I saw it.
God damn.
She was drinking his blood. I gasped, the sound escaping before I could stop it. Sarah's head snapped up, her mouth dripping with blood, her eyes wild. The blonde man's body slumped to the ground, lifeless, his neck a mess of torn flesh and muscle. Sarah saw me. Then, in a blur of motion, she was upon me. I ran, hard in my throat, but she was too fast. She tackled me to the ground, pinning me down with inhuman strength. I braced myself, sure that this was the end. I could feel her breath on my neck, smell the coppery scent of blood. "Please," I whimpered. "Don't." She paused, her face inches from mine, her fangs glinting in the moonlight. She looked down at my hand, still cut from earlier, dried blood on my skin. Slowly, she smiled.
You don't need to be afraid. I told you before, you're not my type.
She wiped the blood from her mouth and with a slight laugh, added,
I mean your blood.
Is this the graphics for real or my Wi-Fi tripping? Oh no, it's in terrible quality right now. Basically, that was crazy, y'all. My Wi-Fi just went out. I apologize.
Oh, negative. It's practically...
It's practically damn, y'all. My Wi-Fi gone. But look, you know what happened. No, I want to know what he did though, for real. Come on, Wi-Fi. Come on, y'all. Stay with your brother. Like I told y'all from the beginning of the video, my Wi-Fi tripping.
undrinkable.
I blinked up at her, too stunned to respond. She stood, offering me her hand as if nothing.
Let's lower the quality, I guess. Man, bro, why my Wi-Fi have to do this at the end of the video, bro?
Had happened. I hesitated but took it, allowing her to pull me up. We walked back to the house, her arm looped through mine as if we were just any other couple leaving a party. But inside, my mind was spinning. I didn't know whether to feel relieved or disappointed. Sarah was a real vampire and she dated me because my blood
wasn't her type, bro. He got that's cool, bro. But you talk about this, that, and the other thing though. Imagine if she meet a man with the same blood type as yours. I'm not trying to put that in your mind, but you never know. You never know. You never know. Just saying, bro. Just cause you got other men with the same blood type as you, and she might find them more good looking or something. And then throw you to the side. Nah, she probably not. Cause if you know her secret and she doing stuff like that, and she think you still gonna stay with her, she probably gonna rock with you forever, bro. But the only thing you gotta deal with is she being friendly with other dudes, but you already know what she being friendly to the dudes for. I don't know how I would feel in that situation to think about it, bro. She get friendly with dudes, then she kill the dude, then she come back with me, hug up on me, but don't want to kill me. I don't know. I don't know. But I never they like in the beginning of the video, bro, they never said nothing about him being a boyfriend until that one clip. I'll just shoot the whole party up. Ooh, I start. Love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that dumb stuff for your boy. And I'm gonna head out to the next video. Peace out, and I love y'all. And it got future videos. Future videos, I plan on editing. Like, I plan on learning how to edit. Well, I kind of do know how to edit, but I gotta get. I'm about to download like noises. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like the sound effects in the background. I'm gonna do like a crazy look at y'all, and then it'll make a cool sound effect or something like that. And it just grow from there. It just grow from there. The only thing is with editing, the videos might come at lesser. Like it's not gonna be as so many videos as I do now because editing do take a lot of work. But I want to learn how to edit. But ooh, I start. Love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that dumb stuff for your boy. And I'm gonna head out to the next video. Peace out, and I love y'all. Ooh, ooh, ooh.